Okay.
Okay.
Should be good.
So, I remember that at one point you were the only physiatrist in Haiti. Was that true then, and is it still true now, or there's few?
Like I always say when they tell me that, I'm not the only physiatrist. We sometimes mix physiatrists and physical therapists.
Right.
But there are more than 5 physiatrists
Right.
working in Haiti.
Right. About 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5, more or less.
That's still not a lot. It's still not a lot.
Indeed.
Where did you get your medical training?
I became a doctor in Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
faculté de médecine et de pharmacie,
Okay.
the university, and I trained first for orthopedic surgery
Mm-hmm.
in Haiti, in the general hospital.
Okay, I didn't know
I
that.
did 3 years, and after that, I went to Martinique to do 3 years. That's when I got into rehab.
Wow. Wow. And that was where your physiatry training was
Yes.
was done?
Yes.
So are you a qualified orthopedic surgeon as well? Did you?
Since I don't practice that much,
Okay.
with surgical practice,
Right.
if you don't
You have
practice,
to be-
you
yes.
you
Yeah.
lose it.
That's Ben's field,
Field,
sort of thing.
more or less.
Yeah. Yeah. Physicians who are educated and trained and stay in Haiti, I sometimes wonder, you could make a much better living, possibly, and a more comfortable life for your family, possibly, in the United States or elsewhere. What is it that keeps guys like you in Haiti? It's a,
It's a nice question, a tough one to answer, but
yeah,
it's clear in my head.
yeah,
At some point, one of my friends, we were training in Martinique. He reminded me something I said, and I think that's the response I'm gonna give to you. If everybody leaves, if every one of us leave, who will stay?
right,
There are 10 million Haitians,
right,
so someone has to stay. Some of us have to stay. So I have the opportunity. I've had the opportunity to leave, but I think since I was raised here,
Right.
trained here,
right,
it's kind of too late for me to leave.
right.
So I'm here.
And you've got a beautiful project here, which we're going to continue touring and whatnot. You said it's the Royal
Retreat
and
and
Rehabilitation
nursing home.
Nursing home. It's 3 years old now?
No,
Oh,
20 months now.
20 months, less than that. Wow, still very new, very new. How many residents do you have?
Right now we're up to 12.
12. Of those, how many have disabilities?
All of them.
Physical or?
All of them.
All of them.
If you come to us, it's because you can no longer live by yourself. Either for your safety or the safety of the. It's for your safety,
Right.
most of the time.
Right.
They recommend that you need assistance either through the activities of the daily living
Right.
or remembering to take the medication, or you've been falling or
Right.
forgetting things,
Right.
or for your comfort,
Yes.
since we have a really beautiful place.
Yes.
If you can afford it, why
Right.
not? So they come.
So nobody is here just in retirement,
Some, yes.
but I mean physically able and just retiring here.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Some of them come
Okay.
from Florida, come from
Okay.
Chicago.
Okay.
They just wanted to come to Haiti,
Right.
but they didn't. The climate was not good. The political climate was not
Right.
good enough. But
Right.
right now it's the good time.
Yes.
And they heard, they saw it
Yes.
online. And
Yes.
They decided to take
Okay.
the job, and they
Okay.
came.
So they're able-bodied. The others, by virtue of their age, probably, and some circumstances like strokes or heart attacks or whatever. Do any of them have congenital disabilities or disabilities from trauma?
From trauma,
Yes?
yes.
Okay.
Congenital, not really.
No.
But like I said, some of them came here on their own willing. Some were placed by their families,
Right.
loved ones,
Right.
for their own sake.
Right. Is this the only place of its kind, facility of its kind in Haiti? Are there other retreat and rehabilitation nursing homes?
Yes and no. We have nursing homes in Haiti.
Right.
I've been working in them, consulting for them. That's where the idea came for me to open my own. But not all have the same level of services or specialty. I love to say that we're unique in our group because we offer the rehabilitation. And we have doctor available more
Okay.
on a constant basis.
Okay.
I'm always here. So
Right.
the look I
You're always here?
supervise
Full.
from 9 to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Usually I'm here.
Okay.
So the other places I visited, not all of them have medical or nursing station 24/7. But the nursing staff is present 24/7.
Okay. So you have registered nurses on staff?
Registered nurses 24/7.
Any physical therapists that come?
We have two working here.
Working here?
Myself assisting. And
Right.
this is where we are unique. We offer 3 therapy sessions
Right.
a week to all the residents.
Okay. Okay. That's spectacular.
It's a big part of the why we are, separate.
Right. Right. Nobody here requires prosthetics or orthotics or anything like that.
Orthotics,
Yes.
slightly. If you
Yes.
have a stroke, you just had it. Yes, you might.
Yeah. And you can access that through
Yes,
Healing Hands or other prosthetic
definitely.
rehab places. Yeah. So the plan for you've rented next door, so there's an expansion of this first phase happening, and ultimately you were telling me you envisage purchasing, perhaps in this area, Toussaint. It's called
Thomas.
Thomasin,
Thomas.
Thomasin, and turning it into a larger business model.
Yes. Right now we're trying to kind of test driving it.
Right, right, right. And so far successful.
So far, so good.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. How do you receive or find patients? Is it all through online and social media or word of mouth through their doctors?
It's a little bit of everything.
Right.
The website is really working for the people abroad.
Mm-hmm.
I've been receiving calls or posts or letters from people like on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some people, they just heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
They have a friend here. They
Right.
have a parent here.
Right.
They've been visiting. They saw it and they loved it and they talk about it.
Right. Right.
Some just know me
Yes.
as Dr. Maurice. I've been practicing ever since I returned,
Right.
2000. So
Yeah.
it's been quite a while.
And you have a good
And they-
network of people.
Yes, and they know me. They know my reputation.
Right.
And ever since I came back, I've been working in the disability world
Sector.
kind of
Yes.
sector.
Yes.
So if it's not broken hip, if it's not arthrosis, osteoarthritis, if it's not spinal cord injury,
Right.
I'm dealing with strokes and rehab. So
Right.
it's kind of my own sphere of specialty.
Right.
So that's why they know the name.
Yeah.
And
Have you ever had to turn residents down, applications down? Is it their,
yes. If they're agitated, if they're noisy,
Right.
uncontrollable,
Yes.
yes. I'm trying to build a familial kind of a foyer.
Right.
The feeling of everybody know everybody and
Yes.
it's peaceful.
Yes.
If you have people really psychotic,
Right.
I would turn you
That
down.
requires another facility.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. If you're too acute,
Yes.
we're not a hospital.
No.
So if
No.
you're too acute, you
Right.
require oxygen therapy, you require
Right.
suction every now and then.
Yes. Yeah.
We have oxygen, but
Yes.
it's not the idea.
Yeah.
So if you need to go to an acute facility, you will go to an acute facility, and when you're good, you're stable enough,
Right.
you will return home.
Right. You mentioned that there are both able-bodied patients and those with disabilities, as we mentioned. And you also mentioned that the atmosphere here is one of you are at home. This is your home.
That's
there are
the idea.
freedoms and relaxation.
Almost no restriction.
Almost no restrictions, which is wonderful for the residents. Do you find everybody gets along? The able ones, those with some kind of disability and whatnot? Is there understanding that's reached, or?
Since I try not to interfere,
Right.
it's like every part of the society. You will find people who get along, you will find people who fight each other. So here it's like a big family.
Right.
Some days,
On a des
some of
chicanes
them,
de temps
on
en
a
temps.
chicane. Some days they fight,
Yeah.
some days
Yeah.
they don't.
But is there any element of discrimination here against the less able patients? No, it's not because
That's
of that.
definitely something that I will fight till
Right.
the day I die.
Right, right.
No. But some instincts might grow.
Yes.
But we try to avoid
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If someone has a disability that prevents him like, from participating in a game,
Yes.
we will put him on a chair next to the game,
Okay.
so he would see
And
he would
enjoy
laugh and enjoy it
Right.
like everybody else. At mealtime, if you decide that you want to eat in your room separate, that's your
Yeah.
choice.
Yes.
But we have a big table where everybody is
Right,
served.
right.
So
You just mentioned you would fight against discrimination of the disabled very hard and all your life. Of course, our project is about issues of disability and the stories of persons with disability. In your own mind, where do you see the roots of this discrimination, stigmatization, and certainly we hear about it, the violence against persons with disabilities? What do you see as the roots in Haiti? And we know it exists all over the world, but each country will have maybe different traditions, history, and so on.
like you say, it's tricky, it's very complex. But I think even everywhere, you will find that the very root of that comes from ignorance.
Right.
To me, that's the main target, ignorance. When people don't know, they guess, they fear. There's nothing to fear.
Right.
Someone is just different than you. At birth or after an accident,
Right.
it could be you. It
Exactly.
will probably be one of us.
Exactly.
So, what's to fear?
Right.
It's ignorance.
Yeah.
To me, the very root, the principal root
Right.
of that is ignorance.
They are different, and they are they, which is like a
Yes.
separateness.
But
and-
when if you have the wisdom to see that it could be you, it could be your son, it could be your wife, it could be your sister, with that same disability, what would you do?
Right.
Would you hate your mom, your sister, if you had a stroke, or if you become
Right.
deaf or
Right.
mute? No.
And there's
Or
also
amputated? No.
there's also the fears you described, myths and stigmatization, which come from tradition and voodoo
still-
and
It's still related to ignorance. To
yes,
me.
all of that.
Most of the problems we have in Haiti and over the world in acceptance of the other, of the difference, it's ignorance. Total ignorance.
Right. Could be race. It could be
Yeah.
physical, religious, etc.
Yes. The way to open your mind to accept what's different, you have to search, go toward the other, and learn
Exactly.
and see that there's nothing to fear.
Yeah.
They're just like us,
Yeah.
could be us.
Right. Figures I know or have seen, just approximately, nobody knows for sure, but in the area of 1 million persons with disability in Haiti, which is almost a little over 10% of the population, because you're up over 10, 11 million now, I
Yes,
think.
yes.
It may not be different than the proportions in other countries, but in a country like Haiti, with the lack of infrastructure and medical and social services, it's a huge burden on families and on society.
On the state, yes.
Do you think the government is making progress in this area? Because, let's face it, there has been a huge neglect, as there would be anywhere in African so-called third world countries and so on. Do you give them any marks for making progress?
Recently, yes, and especially after the quake.
Okay, that
Because-
highlighted the
Exactly.
problem.
That
Exacerbated.
did highlight a lot of the problems. It put it out in the open.
The world saw.
Yes, the world saw, and
amputations.
especially Haitian people saw.
Right.
And the need for rehab, the need for acceptance of the other with disability came up. And we had, that's one of the, it's funny to say that, one of the good things that came out of the drama.
Yes.
All other societies, all other different specialties, nation came and put their drop.
Right.
We need this is not acceptable.
Right.
In our country, this is how we do it, this is how we see it. And from that melting pot, from that exchange, I think the perception of handicap has changed
Began to change.
in Haiti
Right.
for the past 6-7 years,
Right.
ever since the quake. We never had big wars, recent anyway.
Right. Right.
So the total amount of handicap, it rose sharply with the earthquake.
Yes.
And
Yes.
all those needs,
Right.
they came out
Right.
out in the open,
Right.
under the light.
Right. So the government
Yes.
was forced to
Everybody
make
had to.
a priority somehow.
And either you want it or not, you had to
Right.
grow up in that perception.
Right. So the laws are evolving in terms of rights for the disabled.
Right now, that's one of the fruits of that I was talking about.
Right.
There's a law for the integration of the
Handicap.
handicapped people, handicapped world in Haiti. So
Into
right now,
schools.
the law is there, it's
Yeah.
written.
Yeah.
The schools, the accessibility in
Right.
university, the buses, it may not be applied
Right.
yet on a
Right.
day-to-day basis.
But the law is written.
But the law is written.
Right. And integration into the workforce as well. I noticed that Healing Hands, Philip Armand was telling us he's hiring persons with disabilities at the reception desk in administration.
It's a start. It
and
has
so
to
on,
start
to
here.
set an example. Yeah.
And even myself, I try to give priority to someone with an handicap.
Okay.
Because when you
For
have
a staff position,
for
for
staff
example,
or wherever I can find a place
Yes.
to put you.
Right.
That's not officially my
Right.
my
Job. No.
but I make it my own. If I
Right.
find someone with this and that qualification, with that cannot find a job because of his handicap, I will try to do my best to find him a spot.
Right.
I know people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned the earthquake. Absolute catastrophe, disaster for this country. Numbers of up to 300,000 maybe killed, 250,000 injured, 500,000 to 750,000 homeless. Where were you? I never got the story from you. Where were you the moment of the
at the
earthquake?
moment, actually, I have an aunt of mine who came from Canada. I picked her up at 4 at the airport, and I drove her to Santo, where she lives. And on my way back, I was rushing to go and play tennis, I think. I had to play around 5, and the earthquake took me at Nazon, and I was in my car.
You were in your car.
Yeah, in my black sidekick.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought I had a flat tire.
Wow.
And after that, I heard the guy talking about, he was telling the news.
Yeah.
He was crying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Then I realized this is not a flat tire.
Okay.